everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Izzy Biscuits. And if you're new here, welcome. I am so happy that you're here. This vlog is gonna be about me comparing America to London. And I want to start off by saying I am not speaking for everyone in America. This is just from my experience and my biases. And I'm also not speaking for everyone in London. So I don't want to stereotype everybody or put a lot of people in one group. I've had a lot of questions and a lot of family and friends saying, hey, like, what's that like out here? What's this like out here? Was this what you expected? What were your thoughts before and after? So I feel like I've been here long enough to talk about these things. I actually wrote down a few things before I came here that I want to cover that I thought it would be like here. So I'm going to acknowledge those. We can talk a little bit about it. That's pretty much what I want to do. I'm very excited for this vlog. I'm excited to watch it and look back on my other videos to see what it was like and what I thought London would be like, and now realizing that it probably wasn't what I thought it was, or it was what I thought it was. So with that being said, I'm going to pull up this list I have here of my expectations, and then we can go ahead and chit chat about them. So I just want to say also, before I came out here, I am guilty. I watched a lot of YouTube videos of Americans going on the street asking Londoners what their first thought of Americans were. Like, what do they think when they think of an American? And they said that Americans are super loud compared to the British. We are much louder. I feel like the octaves in our voices are so much louder compared to British people. I first learned this when I went on the tube with a few of my new American friends, and I personally think I'm not that loud. Whenever I'm in the public, I'm more aware of my voice and how loud it is now. But I have a couple friends who like to get rowdy or just speak loud. You know, once one person starts talking, the other one will up each other just because they get excited. And you can totally notice the difference between Americans and British. That was one of my expectations. I think it's true. Personally, for me, not all Americans are super loud, but I feel like there's a generalization. One day I was on the tube by myself and I could totally pin out this group of American girls. There was like 8 of them, but they were so loud on the tube. I mean, they were having fun and they were chit-chatting, but everyone else could care less, and they were like, oh man, these Americans are so loud. But just want to say that is something that is true that I found here. Okay, next thing. Before I came, this is so funny. I'm laughing at it now, but this is seriously what I thought. They don't offer as much coffee as the States, and I thought that the UK would offer more variety in tea, and they wouldn't have that many coffee options. I was totally wrong. There is so much coffee out here, and there's no like more tea than coffee. They have Starbucks here. They have Pret, which is another mass coffee thing. I actually did not know what Pret was before I came here, which is super funny to me because now it's my lifeline. Every morning we wake up and we go get Pret because we have the subscription. The subscription, it allows you 5 free drinks a day. So within 30 minutes. So you have to wait 30 minutes between each one. You can't just go and buy 5 drinks. I have not hit that max yet. The max I've hit is 3 a day. And that's because I'm also going to classes, so I go there in between classes. So it's super easy. My expectation was that London would have so much tea, I wouldn't be able to find coffee. In the States, before I came, I bought more tea to get used to drinking tea instead of coffee, which looking back now, that was so silly of me because they have so much coffee here. Some British people I know prefer tea and they don't drink coffee, but if you're coming out here and you're studying abroad and you're thinking, man, I'm gonna have to get used to tea, I'm not gonna have any coffee, that is false. There is so much coffee. They have Starbucks, they have Pret, they have so many different cafes and coffees, and they have a huge selection of tea and coffee. So you're all set, don't worry about that. My next assumption that I've heard before coming here is that traveling out in Europe is dirt cheap. Super cheap. You can get from one place to the other for around $20. Now, that may be true. There probably are some flights and some trains that you can go on that are like that, but I have found that traveling isn't cheap. it's affordable is another term I'd use. In the States, it is expensive to get a flight from Georgia to California, and I know that all too well because family and I, that's the most frequent path we travel on is from Georgia to California, because I was born and raised in California, so we go back and visit our hometown. And flights can range around, on the cheaper side, you can get a round trip for around $300, and then the normal price that it's normally at is around $600 for a round trip from Georgia to California, east to west coast. Now that may differ to different states, but that's what I'm used to. That's what everyone's used to out there. We don't have public transport in America as easy accessible as it is here. We do have public transport, but I don't know of really too many people who actually use it to travel. We use Uber a lot. I think there's a few train systems, but again, I think they're super expensive to go from east to west coast. So traveling is affordable out here. My trips have been around, I would say max around $400, $500, including food, Airbnb, flights, but some on the lower side around $200, maybe max $300. Yes, it is a little cheaper than America, but it's not like you can get to from one place to another for $10. Still costs a good bit, so don't think that you can just get away with traveling everywhere and it's gonna be so super cheap. We actually realize that, you know, a ticket from London to Paris right now is around $200 round trip, which, like how I'm saying, it's not that expensive compared to traveling in the States, but it is pretty expensive out here for Europe. That's actually why I haven't booked a trip to Paris yet. I really wanted to go to Paris, but I just don't think it's gonna work out with my budget, and my schedule's fine. I have time. It's just spending $200 on a train ticket. I just don't think I really want to spend that kind of money on a train ticket, and I'd much rather, I think, go with my parents, even though the content and the pictures and all that stuff is beautiful out there, and I just can see myself in Paris. I want to buy all the dresses, all the very extra outfits, and just go out there and take pictures, but I'm gonna wait. My next expectation, I remember I did a vlog in the very beginning before I came to London, and I talked about wanting to travel every weekend, and that's what I thought, that I'd be able to travel every weekend. I was wrong about that. Now, some of my friends have been doing it. I will tell you why I am not doing that anymore. I have traveled many weekends already, and I am super fulfilled and happy with my traveling. I feel like I would not be able to enjoy London as much as I am if I didn't take a few weekends to explore it. I have been decisive on where I wanted to travel and picked my top places that I wanted to go. It may be super cool, but it's just not the top place I want to go to yet. I want to travel everywhere by the time my life is over, yes, but there's some places I have over others, so I've prioritized that. I get super run down if I have a really busy week and weekend, and I feel like I'm always go, 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 and not realizing everything I'm doing and appreciating the moments and building memories. I feel like it's super rushed when I do that personally, and I haven't been able to find the fine line between that and to separate that. I thought that I'll be able to travel every weekend. Realistically, that didn't match up with what I wanted, and that's okay. I'm super happy with where I'm at. I am not traveling every weekend, but I'm okay with that. Next expectation I have was the British are very sweet people, and this one's a quick one. They are very sweet. Everyone I've met who is British, they have been super nice and helpful, and their accents are amazing. I love British accents. I feel like I have gotten used to it compared to when I first got on that plane, and I just could not stop looking at the flight attendants in awe because of how pretty their accents were, but it's not as noticeable. The next expectation I had, and we actually talked about this in orientation before we came out to London, was that we would get some American hate. So I personally haven't experienced it. Everyone has been super nice. I feel like if you treat people with respect, they'll treat you with respect right back. And yeah, so the next one I have is that the weather, I thought the weather wouldn't bother me that much. I know some people talk about their experiences of moving to London and saying how it's so different because it's rainy, it's cloudy, there's no sun rarely, and I know some friends of mine who have that where, you know, good weather makes I feel like good weather makes you feel happier. I think it's scientifically proven. I expected myself to be fine and it wouldn't ruin my mood, and I was correct. I love the weather. I love rainy days. Whenever it starts raining, I will actually get on my rain boots and walk around town like I'm in a movie and play Taylor Swift in my headphones and and romanticize the moment of it raining. So I've had fun with the rain and the cloudiness. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, and I know a lot of people do not do what I do, but I love rain. I like it when it's cloudy. It has like a weird mood to it, but I enjoy every day. And you can't have beautiful sunshine and appreciate it without having those days of rain and cloudiness. That's how I look at it. I appreciate the days though when we do have sun, because it is rarely sunny. That is true. I feel like we've been super lucky though when we've had the sun a little bit more than usual. It's actually a beautiful sunny day. So this morning I actually took a bar class and I walked home. So it was like a 40-minute walk home, but I chose to walk home so I can enjoy the sun. So I take little moments of my day like that when it is sunny. And I love going to Hyde Park when it's sunny. Yeah. That's it for the weather. The weather has not affected my mood yet, and I'll say yet because maybe it will. I am not sure, but I don't think it will. Another expectation I had for studying abroad is that I would find a great group of friends through my study abroad program in London. And I had a lot of doubts about this because it's just hard to find a group of friends that you're super close with and that you all click, and that's just always been a struggle in my life. I'll find friends, bits and pieces here that I can so rely on and that I'll always have forever, and I've picked up so many along the way. And if you're watching this, you know who you are. I love you, I appreciate you, but it's hard to make friends. I feel like everyone struggles with this. Even if you're the most outgoing, nicest person ever, you can still feel so lonely in a room full of crowded people. And I totally understand that feeling. My reality is that I did find a great group of friends through studying abroad. I was so nervous about it. I don't know why, but I generalize people studying abroad to be like strange. I don't know why, because I mean, I'm a little weird and strange. Everyone's weird, but just unknown. You know, before you watch a TV series, before you read a book, you just think it's weird and it's not gonna be your thing, you know? But once you get into the story or get to know people or get to know characters, you're like, oh, like, this is normal. They're normal people. So I feel like that can relate to studying abroad. You just see pictures of these people, you see their names, but they actually turn out to be really great friends. I have some really great friends, and I've met them all through my program. And like I said before, I went on this study abroad program alone, completely alone. I did not know a single person. All I knew was that I was moving alone to London as a 22-year-old to study abroad. Now, I don't know if I've told y'all this, but I only need 2 credit hours to graduate. I pushed back my graduation date just so I could study in London and push myself and live in Europe because I wanted to test it out and try it out. I knew it was something interesting to look into, and I knew I wanted to do it. I don't know, I just felt like I needed to do it. One of my classes is 3 credit hours, which I only need 2 credit hours. So, and I'm taking 5 classes. I really am just abroad to do it, but classes have been great. But what I'm trying to say is that this experience has been great. I've met such a great group of friends. They are amazing. I love them already. I know we're gonna be dear friends, and it's so sad because we are all gonna be leaving each other within a month or two, around a month or two. Actually, the program ends April 30th. I'm going home around May to graduate from my university, my college. I get to call it college, you know, when I go back. I have to say bye to everyone, and everyone is from a different state. I actually don't know. There's no one in my program from Georgia, the state I'm from, so that's interesting too. But I've met some great girlfriends, great guy friends, and it's been super fun. We've been having a blast here. And another expectation I had that came true was that I was going to, well, okay, to start the story, my mom, she was like, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna love it, and you're gonna wanna stay out there. And that is very true. I expected to love it. I've only heard great things about London, and my mom and dad really loved it here. They just said it's super amazing and wholesome and just an amazing place. I love it. I am trying to make plans to actually move back out here in the fall. So I want to do another vlog based on this and more of the process of me trying to move out here, but I have applied to a master program that I was very interested in. It is a dream master program. I applied to it and they actually reached back out, and I have an interview with them next week. So that is so exciting. I am super nervous for the interview, but I know I'll be ready. I've been practicing and, you know, just going over what it means to be me. Who am I? What can I bring to the table? Just branding yourself pretty much. Like, who is Izzy Biscuits? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna be successful? My ideas, my goals, all the passions I have, all those things I've been looking into, just reminding myself of who I am, which is nice to have every now and then. Sometimes you just gotta look in the mirror and point at yourself and just talk about you in a very positive, confirming way. This is such a sidetrack, but I always believe that your thoughts about yourself and what goes on in your head is so much more important than other people or what other people say and their thoughts on you. So once you can start having a positive mindset towards yourself and stop being so harsh on yourself, it works wonders. It works in amazing ways. You become a more confident and a more passionate person. Anyways, I expected to love it in London, and I absolutely do. It is amazing here. I want to live here. It's said and done. Either here, I love New York City too, but London is on my mind right now. And I told myself that I would move to a big city after college, and that's what I want to do. We will see if I can make some moves, but that is another expectation I had. Before coming here, I always heard that the UK McDonald's is so much better than America's McDonald's, and that is absolutely true. If you say otherwise, I don't trust you. It is so good. The way they process things, they are so quick. It reminds me of Chick-fil-A. Now, I don't think anyone can beat Chick-fil-A's service or Chick-fil-A as a whole, but McDonald's is pretty good here. It's so modern here. They have so many touchscreens to order food. I never knew that that was a thing, because normally in America, the McDonald's, they are very keen on drive-thrus. So you take your car, you order at the screen, which is, the screens are really cool in America. It has like a huge display of everything McDonald's has, and then you order, you drive up to the window, you pay at the first window, you drive up to the second window, you get your food, and you drive home. Here, there are no drive up places. I am just now realizing this as I'm saying this on the vlog. So there's no drive-thrus. They are not built for cars, because public transport is such a huge thing in this city that there's no drive-through McDonald's. So they are very keen on takeaway, and so they built their whole business and systems in McDonald's here through a takeaway service. So they have these huge order screens that you can go up to, and they are so fast in there. They have the screens, they say which orders are waiting, which ones are ready to pick up, and it's not like America's, you know, which ones are ready. They're actually ready. Like, you know, in America, it'll say which orders are getting fixed, and it's like 20 minutes later, and then finally yours moves over to it's ready to be picked up. But really, it's not. So another 10 minutes added. It's not the same. So in UK, they're very, very on top of it. And you get your McDonald's or you get your Mackey's, and then you walk out the door. That's actually a huge difference, and I did not expect that at all. I don't know what I expected with McDonald's. I was more on the taste and the quality of the food. So it's really cool seeing the whole business side and the operation side. So that's a fun fact if you didn't know about UK and America's McDonald's. Another expectation I had was that I was not going to be okay with walking everywhere, because in America, you don't walk to places. You either drive, or you'll drive and then you'll walk somewhere, but it's normally a 5 to 10 minute walk. If there's anything more than 20 minutes a walk, unless you're doing it to exercise or do, you know, your hot girl walk, you walk for fun or you walk for a hobby. But here, you walk everywhere. I live in a city, but it's not a city like this. But you don't walk everywhere. You don't. And here, like this morning after my bar class, I had a 30-minute walk home, which is nothing. So I just walked home, went by really fast, enjoyed it. Walking here is very normalized, and I feel like in the States it's not like that at all. So that's a difference and like an expectation I had, that I would not like walking, or I expected to walk everywhere, which was true. You know, I do walk many places, but I also take the tube a lot. And the tube is amazing. I love the tube. I'm a tube gal. I don't have the money to do cabs and Ubers all the time. I haven't even been in a cab, like one of those cute little London cabs. Those are actually really cool too. We don't have cute looking cabs like that in America. They're either a weird looking taxi or one of those big SUVs that you can rent out or have a chauffeur, or you can do the yellow taxis in New York City, but we don't have those cute little cabs. I thought those cabs were from way back when, and I did not realize that they were still operating here, and they are. They're so cute. They're everywhere. This one I didn't expect, but I didn't realize how deeply rooted it was and how normal it is in the States, but it's not normal here in Europe, I would say. Heaters and air conditioning. You don't have air conditioning here, so we only have a heater. Whenever I want air conditioning, I will open my window and then I will take my fan and I'll put it so it's blowing against the wind so it refreshes my room. I don't think it's normalized air conditioning at all here. It may be subject to just my flat, but every Airbnb I've been in from traveling, they did not have air conditioning either. They only had heaters. And another expectation I had that I didn't really know I would expect, but then I was proven differently here. Businesses and clothing shops and pubs and all of that, they close really early compared to the States. In America, businesses will give a day off typically on Sundays. It's God's day, rest day, Sunday. Mondays, some places are completely closed. Now, I'm not saying that's for all places, but the generalization, Mondays businesses are open. That is the rest day for the work week, and I did not realize was a thing here. Starbucks, they close around, I want to say around 6 or 7 right after dinner. And I know some Starbucks in America or in my hometown, they will close at 11 p.m. Back home, you could study really late there. We will go out on a Friday or Saturday night, and most pubs and bars will close around 12 a.m. Bars and all of those things in America, in my college town, they normally close around 2 or 3 a.m. And that is about it for my expectations versus reality. If you have any other questions, remind me, because those are just a few things I jotted down that I could think of. And I don't want to make this vlog too long. I want you to have it short and sweet and to enjoy it. Thank you again for following along and watching my channel. I'm having so much fun recording my life and then sharing it with you. How fun is that? Again, my name is Izzy Biscuits. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. And just an FYI, people in London and the UK are not that much different than us in America. They're not aliens, they're not weird people. We all love is love, and yeah, that's about it. Thanks for following along, and if you have any other questions, I will be down in the comments answering any expectation versus reality questions that y'all might have that I didn't cover. But I will see y'all in the next vlog. Bye guys.